everybody, it's Gypsy, and welcome to On the Edge of Appalachia. And today what I'm doing is an inventory of all my canned goods, the things I canned personally. So I have it all laid out on the countertop, goes all the way down there. Now I know to some this may look like a lot, but it's not. I'm surprised at how much I depleted my stores from, making meals and stuff like that. It is very convenient. Nice to know everything's fresh and homemade, even though it's coming from a jar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tally everything up and see what I need to work on. And I'll get back to you on that. So I completed my canned inventory. I'm a little disappointed. There are a few things I need to build back up, or I just didn't have enough. I just didn't can enough. So I wrote it. What I did was I just, made this little chart. Well, it's not little, it goes back pages. And I had them in different categories, what food item I have and the amount. And then when I use one, I'll just take it off that I used it. I figured it's a good way to keep track. And in the meantime, I'm sure I'm going to be doing more canning just because I think it's a wise thing to do. I also dehydrate and freeze. So for my fruits, my blueberry jam, I have less this year than usual, although it was very busy. This is my first year really, this was my first year really getting my garden going. So I was very busy with that. I did, currently I have 2 half pints of blueberry jam. Usually I have more. I did give some away to family members. So next year I'm hoping, I don't know, my blueberries that I just planted, my baby blueberry bushes, they had a few berries on them, but nothing really to speak of. I don't know what second year blueberries are like, but I'm hoping it's a little bit more. I'm not expecting enough to really get a good stock of blueberry jam. But I will buy some from farms next year if I don't have enough. Eventually I'll have plenty of berries. Melon butter, I made some melon butter and I gave some of that away too, so I only have a half pint of that. Although I didn't grow melons, I purchased one at a farmer's market and I, just made melon butter out of it. So I might plant melons this upcoming season, so hopefully I'll have more. Strawberry jam, because my first year strawberries I planted overbearing and I would just freeze them. If nobody wanted to eat them, I just put them in the freezer. So I ended up with plenty, and we have used some, but I have one little 4-ounce jar. I had 2, I gave one away, and then I have 5 half pints, which is not bad for first year, and now I have even more plants than what I started out with because of runners. And then I also, this fall, planted my June bearing, so I'll have a lot of strawberries next year, even more. And let's see, I had, at one point, I canned some apples in water, so I have 3 pints of that. I did apples in simple syrup, I have 3 pints of that. And I have one jar that's just strawberries, a half a pint. Now my pumpkin puree, I have 4 pints. I did use one. And then I have a large sugar pumpkin left and a small sugar pumpkin left. I'm saving that for Thanksgiving. So, I'm okay with the fruits, I guess. Vegetables, Brussels sprouts, I have 2 quarts and 3 pints. It's not bad. Corn, boy, did we go through the corn. I canned a lot of corn. Well, I'm down to 2 pints of corn and 3 pints of cream corn, and I had a lot. This family loves corn. Cabbage, I have 1 quart and 2 pints. I have 1 pint of chili peppers, and that's it. Potatoes, I have 5 quarts of diced red. and 1 quart of fries. I had more, but like when I'm home alone, I'll just fry those up for myself. So those are pretty much gone. Pickles. Out of 2 cucumber plants, and I have used a lot of these jars of pickles, so there was a lot more. Dill pickle slices, 8 quarts or 8 pints in 1 quart. Dill spears, I have 2 pints in 1 quart. And then bread and butter slices, I have 5 pints. So cucumbers, those 2 plants produced a lot. Tomatoes, tomato products. I think I had 3 quarts of sauce that I made. I'm down to 1. Stewed tomatoes, I only have 1 pint. And I did a pint of my smaller tomatoes, like my Mexico midges and my flamencos. And I just did them whole. Nothing fancy, just put them in there and canned them. Tomatoes, with all the tomatoes I planted, I'm a little disappointed. I wish I had more, but you know, it was a learning experience, so we'll see what happens this coming season. So beans, I had a lot of black beans, but we love Mexican food, so I went through those. I think I used the last jar like at the beginning of the week. Chickadee beans, it's garbanzo beans or chickpeas, some people call them. I have used some of that, and I'm down to 1 pint and 4 half pints. The kidney beans, I have 2 pints left, so I have to catch up. Definitely on my black beans, I have to make more of those, and my kidney beans. So, meat products. Now, I know some of you are questioning what I can. If you read the description of my channel, I'm all into doing things the way my grandparents and great-grandparents did. If you know, and you have to know, how to do it right, you can do this. And it's all I'm going to say. We're not really up for discussion. I can point you in the right direction, but I don't give lessons on canning. Anyways, meat products. I have 1 pint of chicken gravy left. I had a few of those. I did such a good job with my chicken gravy. It's almost gone. Chicken broth, I had a lot of that. I'm down to 2 quarts and 1 pint. Beef broth, I'm down to 3 quarts. And I have 2 pints of stewed meat, which hold a pound of meat. So that's where I am with that. Let's see. Now, I do can soups in some leftovers. If I have a lot of leftovers, and sometimes I'll purposely make more than we can eat, just to preserve it for the future. So anyways, I made the best chicken vegetable soup last week. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I'm bragging. So I have 4 quarts of that. I have 1 quart of something called cheesy beef and rice casserole. I have a pint of rice and beans. Rice and spinach, I have 1 pint. I did that in chicken broth. I do have a pint of brown rice. I did a little bit of an experiment because, you know, if I'm not home, everybody wants quick, you know. So I did brown rice and white rice. I saw that you can those, and you put them in dry with a certain amount of water and stuff, and I did that. I'm not thrilled with the results. I don't think it's worth it, so I won't be doing that again. The other rice things I have, like the cheesy beef and rice casserole, was done in like tomato sauce and stuff like that. It had a lot of liquid. Rice and beans, same thing, and the rice and spinach had a lot of chicken broth in it. That being said, I suppose maybe if I found the recipe to can rice on its own, so you have a quick rice. Maybe if I changed it and put more water in, but you have to be careful because rice expands a lot and you don't want siphoning. So I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. I won't be doing that one again. But anyways, I do. We have a small house and we have enough storage and stuff. But I do need to kind of catch up, fill in what was depleted. So, for my first year of large gardening, I didn't do too bad. We'll see what happens next year. I'm going to keep this chart, look at it again next year after growing season is over and see what, if anything, has improved. Do I have more of? It should be interesting. So, I think I'm going to leave you with that. Blessed be, and make it a joyful